It's new, okay? Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, I'm Fat Sajak. I am working on completely revamping my filming space to include this angle here. In the coming weeks, there'll be things over here. The lighting will be better, and I will just generally be more comfortable physically. Today we're doing a regular old what's going on in the YouTube world colleen ballinger type video, because on two separate occasions I have found myself prepared to rant about colleen. I was trying to figure out a really fun and funny way to do that. I had it down to I wanted to parody the video we're gonna watch today and talk about, and I just honestly, ironically, I'm just too busy to do that, to remember to actually take footage of certain moments of my day to parody this video. So if you are unaware, Colleen Ballinger uploaded a video almost a month ago now called Realistic Day in the Life Vlog. You know, I gotta be honest, I don't know who this is realistic for. And the thumbnail having the words, working mom of 3, day in the life. Listen, this video ground the fuck out of my gears, okay? I am also going to talk about, not today, but I am going to talk about James Charles and the whole situation with Kayla Malik, and I am going to talk about all that. I am going to wait a couple days because they are also going to court this week. If you don't know what's going on with that, we'll get there. It's very troubling. It's very upsetting. As always, if you can ignore the fact that my hair is unbrushed and I don't have makeup on, or my bed isn't made, and the lighting is garbage, and the sound is probably garbage, and all of that, and that doesn't bother you, you should probably consider subscribing. You're not going to want to miss this.
Started bright and early at 6:30 a.m. The twins came in my room, and judge me all you want, but we started the day watching videos. Not only do I edit videos for my job, but I also edit a lot of videos of my kids for my kids to watch, and so they love watching these.
I am going to try to limit as much as I possibly can her children in these videos, but I wanted you to see this opening clip because instead of getting out of bed, hanging out with all of these kids, they're watching videos of their older brother that Colleen, for whatever reason, has time to edit as a working mom of 3.
So next I started getting the kids ready for the day. The twins have a gym class, so I dressed them for that, and Flynn has school, and my handsome, amazing husband is going to do breakfast and school drop-off today. So he's having a snooze in the other room while I play with the kids in the early morning hours.
Okay, first of all, 7 a.m. is not early morning hours. If you're a parent, usually. Specifically a parent of, toddlers and young children. You want me to take your video seriously, your realistic day in the life as a working mom of 3, and your opening line is the kids get up early, they watch videos of their brother, and then your husband is going to do breakfast for all of these kids and take them to school. Got it.
And then we kind of take shifts in the mornings typically, so I handle the first couple hours and then he takes them so that I can take a nap, which I really need today because I went to bed at 4 a.m. so I only got a couple hours of sleep and I'm very tired.
Okay, yeah, again, when we find out why she's tired, it's not because of her family. It's not because she's not tired because of family or work. She's tired because she was up until 4 in the morning crafting. Spoiler alert. I know this is gonna feel like I'm just nitpicking for a few, but I've got some points to make, so just hold on to your butts.
This is one of the best parts of my day. This is my snuggle time with Daisy. She jumps up on the bed and is so excited that there's no kids in here. And she just snuggles me.
Oh, that's so cute. Remember when you had 2 Persian cats, Colleen?
The only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats.
What happened to the other one, Colleen? Because it's my understanding that Gus is missing, Colleen. It's my understanding that Gus is missing. Colleen, where's your cat? I mean, personally, if my cat was missing, in lieu of pretending that he wasn't, I don't know, I'd want people's eyes out looking for my cat. If you see my cat, let me know, because I love my cat, because I'm a responsible pet owner. Also, get out of bed. It's 8:30. She's a mom of two, a single mom of two, who is the sole income for my children, does the same job on a smaller platform. It's very frustrating to me to see, and this is just my opinion, you feel free to fucking disagree, it's totally fine, but like, it's frustrating to see that this woman is tired from crafting all night, by the way. She's tired because she's up all night crafting. She barely participates in her children getting ready in the morning. She doesn't take them to school, and she's in bed at 8:30. Maybe Gus had the right idea. I don't know.
Good morning, I guess. I don't know if this counts as morning as the other part counts as morning. I always do my makeup on my bed. I don't know why. It's either on the bed or on the floor, like by a mirror.
Well, one thing we've learned over our tenure here on this channel is that edit, that fisheye zoom in edit, always makes a clip like 150 times funnier.
So Flynn has school, obviously, and Eric's taking him today. Ugh, daisy hair in my mouth. The twins have a gym exercise class this morning, and our nanny's taking them to that.
So she's not taking her oldest to school, and she's not taking the twins to a gym class. So why aren't you up working then? You know, I don't begrudge people for having nannies or whatever, babysitters or anything like that at all. They are a wonderful tool to have in your toolkit, especially if you can afford them. And you know, when you see a video that's like working mom, realistic day in the life, you really do have to wonder, realistic to whom, you know?
Our nanny's here today. She's lovely and amazing, and I'm so grateful for her. I slept for 2 hours last night, and then I just slept for a couple hours, so I've got a good like 4 hours, maybe even a little more than that, so I'm like pretty good to go.
Here's my issue with this. I know a lot of people function better at night, right? Like, a lot of people function better in the early morning hours, overnight. I know there's a link to that in certain neurodivergence. I get that 100%. But the thing is that you have to have a balance when you have children. Yeah, she's got help. She's got a partner and a seemingly mostly loveless marriage, and also like a nanny, and that's cool. You got the help, but like, you're also still the mom. Like, if you have yourself set up in consistently bad sleeping habits, I could see pulling a few all-nighters in a week to get, you know, a big project done or something. I get that. But that's not what's going on here.
Cat hair all over me. I'm gonna do my best to show you my day and put timestamps on, but I am well aware that this is a messed up schedule, and I am not looking for advice or tips or tricks on how to adjust it. This is just how we're living right now, and we're surviving. It's constantly changing and shifting. It's just what today looks like for me. So if you want to tell me that any of my sleeping habits or eating habits or parenting habits or hobbies or work schedule or any of that isn't good or healthy, or you could do it better, you can talk about that with your friends on your own time. That's not what this video is about.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. I will definitely go to my middle-aged friends and tell them about how I feel about your sleeping habits. I'll add it to my list of things right after my nanny takes my kids to school. Anyway, I have a lot to say about this. Not everything, and I'm not like, I know y'all sometimes come here for the judgment that I put upon other people. But overall, I'm not a very judgmental person. And I understand that motherhood, parenthood, families, family dynamics, I understand that it looks different for everyone. Okay? I'm dumb, but I'm not like stupid. You know what I'm saying? I can appreciate that certain dynamics work for certain households, right? And, you know, there are tons of children who were raised in homes with really erratic sleeping schedules and really dynamic days with little to no structure and whatnot. But like, some of these things are just objectively good for kids. If the parent is also not practicing healthy habits to some degree, like getting a good night of sleep, or at least attempting to get a good night of sleep some nights, prioritizing things like taking your kids to school or doing breakfast with them or whatever. Yes, this is one day in her life, okay? I get that. And I understand she's already said her and her husband work in shifts in the mornings and things like that. But, like, there's nothing so pressing in her daily life, her work life, etc., that she can't be present for her kids. Does that make sense? I don't know, maybe it feels like a harsh judgment without seeing the rest of this video. So let's just keep going.
I'm making this video because a lot of people have requested that I do a video doing like a time-stamped, this is what my day looks like.
Really? I'd love to see those comments.
And I know that it's hectic and weird and not the traditional like stay-at-home working mom schedule. It is what it is and it's different every day. Definitely probably could use more structure and balance, but whatever.
You're never gonna do it perfectly by everyone's standards, right? And I'm not even saying that my situation is perfect or that I expect Colleen's situation to be perfect, okay? I just want to be really clear about that. I don't like and maybe this is why this video took me so long to do, is like, I don't like commenting on other parents and how they parent unless it's like objectively horrific or whatever, you know, something that you can objectively say that's fucking wrong. I don't like to speak poorly about other parents because I know how hard it is. Being a parent is hard work. And I say that with only one of me. There's 3 of her, okay? She's got herself, she's got her husband, she's got her nanny, and her family that lives nearby.
What was that? Did you hear that? I'm gonna change and start working. See you soon. Right now, I'm just editing a thumbnail to post with my vlog.
Editing a thumbnail to post with the vlog, if you have seen her thumbnails, should take her maybe 15 minutes. Maybe. A little coin for the pocket in your brain, okay? Just hold it in there.
I have an editor helping me now, but only on a couple of vlogs during the week, and also I still kind of half edit it.
So she has an editor now, is what she's saying, who helps her with a couple vlogs a week. Now she puts out 4 vlogs a week, maybe 5, I don't know, something like that. Again, another, just right here, put it right in there.
It's just for now because it's like a training period of editing, you know, so the editor kind of trims down the footage and then sends it to me, and then I make any additional edits that I want to make, and I add the music. I'm really picky about music when there's music in the vlog, so I add the music and any extra little moments that I think might be silly or fun.
There's nothing fun about her vlogs, and there's nothing extensive about her editing. This is what confuses me. Even if this person is working on maybe 2, let's say they're working on 1 video of hers a week. We'll lowball it, right? We'll say that this editor is working on 1 video a week for Colleen, doing the rough cut. Rough cut of her vlogs, by the way, what this editor would be doing. Her videos are like, let's see, how long are they? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 12 minutes, 16 minutes. So they're all between like, somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes long, which leads me to believe that there's probably about, I don't know, an hour's worth of footage at the most. Let's call it 2 hours of footage at the most. Cutting down that footage to a usable rough edit, first go around, could not possibly take more than 2 hours. I would estimate it around an hour to fully edit it, meaning the rough cut, the music, captions, sound effects, an hour and a half max. That's my guess. Vlogs are one of the easiest things to edit. They are one of the easiest things to edit. And nothing that she has going on in her vlogs would even require her to have Final Cut Pro, to be honest. Like, she can edit these in iMovie and get the same exact effect, except maybe the fisheye thing. If this editor is doing 2 videos a week, the rough edit, that saves her, we'll say, almost 4 hours of work, okay? We'll max it out at 2 hours per video. Her going into these videos, and mind you, this is like day by day because she's editing, unless she's editing like a compilation from a weekend or something. This is just day by day. It's not like she has these stacking up and she's continuously editing. So 1 video, we'll say it takes 2 hours for him to edit it down, gives it to her. It can't take her more than 30 minutes to maybe an hour. I can't even stretch it that far. It has to only take about 30 minutes to go through the rough edit and add music and such. That's what? My point is that that's not even enough work to fill a day. So I don't know what's going on with her work day.
So yes, I do have an editor that's helping me trim down footage, but not an editor fully doing the editing yet. And it's something I'm just gonna have to work myself up to. Okay guys, I'm a bit of a control freak and I like things the way that I like them. And it's something I'm working on in therapy, okay? Guten Abend, gute Nacht, mit Rosen bedeckt. I think I just fell asleep with my eyes open.
Oh my god, was that fun and exciting music that you've been adding to your vlogs this whole time and we only just noticed now? Wow, you really are the comedian of our generation.
I have gotten a lot of questions on how do you function on so little sleep? And the answer is I do not. It is not healthy, it is not smart. This isn't forever, it's just for right now. I just work best at night. I'm more efficient at night, I'm more creative at night, I'm more positive and motivated at night.
Okay, and that's cool. Again, totally understandable. A lot of people function that way. It is very common for people to get a burst of energy or a burst of creativity, or their just even their attention span is awake when it's, overnight hours and nobody needs anything from you, and I get that on a conceptual level. But as a working mom who has not the option to take a nap in the morning and has not the option of someone else to take the kids to school, nor would I want that, I guess. But some of us actually have to get up and function though. You know what I mean? I just feel like as a parent, it is sort of a luxury that she gets to stay up till 4 a.m. because I function great at night too, but I'm also exhausted from parenting.
When everyone's asleep and no one has any expectations of me or needs anything from me, my brain can fully 100% focus on what I want to do. I've tried to fix my schedule so that I work normal work day, 9 to 5 or whatever, and I do not get as much done. There's so many distractions, so many things happen throughout the day that make it so that I can't sit and finish a task. Okay, boobs, relax. I bought a lined bra.
Great, congratulations on your lined bra. Also, there's a husband who basically isn't working. He's not really a working actor as far as I know anymore, and they have a nanny. You have hands. So what I don't understand is not working a normal day. You don't even have to make it 9 to 5. You've only got 2 hours of work, babe. Make it 9 to 11 and call it a day. I don't understand. You could still have the time to do things that you want to do that are creatively fulfilling, because the creative fulfillment ain't showing up in the vlogs. You could still do things that are creatively fulfilling when everybody goes to bed. You just can also go to bed by midnight and get a good night's sleep. Just spitballing.
It's like a full-on push-up. Hello? What was I talking about? I don't know. I work better at night. I'm gonna finish making my thumbnail, upload my vlog, post the vlog, maybe promote the vlog on Instagram or something. And I'll see you guys a little bit later.
Okay, yeah. Again, finish your thumbnail, upload, all of that she just described, combined 45 minutes tops, depending on your internet. I'm just trying to calculate where this day is going, where this work day is going.
Okay, bye.
So you're probably going to see a little bit of footage of me throughout the day at my computer, and some people have asked what I do when I'm working all day.
And they would be valid for asking such a question.
I edit the vlogs that you guys see, but I'm also answering emails and setting up kids' appointments and classes.
That shit does not take all day. Answering emails. Who are you getting emails from? You haven't had a sponsorship. You don't get sponsorships anymore, Colleen. Who is emailing you? Signing kids up for classes? That takes 10 minutes tops? Okay, sure.
Paying bills, editing the podcast promo stuff for Relax or for SAS, or editing bonus footage for the Patreon for SAS, editing thumbnails.
Okay, again, all of this, it's one podcast episode a week, right? For each of those. So it doesn't sound like you're editing the actual podcast episodes. I don't think I heard that. Yeah, there's no mention of editing the actual podcast itself, so someone else does that. I'm really not trying to be a bitch. I'm just genuinely confused how none of this would take a full day, you know? You could have the nanny take the kids out for a few hours every day, or put them in early pre-K, or have your husband handle that. Take care of them, keep them occupied. Mommy works from this time to this time. Clearly she's still got tons of money. Maybe invest in an office space. Y'all can go to the office from X time to X time. The thing about working from home is that you have to have at least decent time management skills. I have terrible time management skills. Terrible time management skills. But it's the only way to make working from home work, especially when you have kids who are home, which is why I wanted to change this setup, because I'm going to be filming more at night over the summer because kids are home. Doesn't mean I'm going to be up till 4 a.m, but I'm adjusting my schedule. There are ways to split up your day, especially if you have a village of fucking people to help you out. This is the part that I think angers me, is this, you know, she's painting it as, oh, it's too distracting to work during the day. Oh, it's too distracting. It's too difficult. Okay, but like, you have all the help in the world. You have all the help moms like me would like go nuts for. And honestly, I really wouldn't, because I enjoy taking my kids to school. I enjoy the conversations we have on the ride. I enjoy making them breakfast. Not all the time. Sometimes it's pour the Frosted Flakes in your bowl and get on with your day. But you know what I mean? Like, I enjoy these moments with my kids, and I think it's understandable in some respects, but also kind of weird that she doesn't. Like, at all. It doesn't seem like. I'm not trying to project on her. I'm just saying, like, it seems like she doesn't enjoy any part of motherhood, to be honest, that isn't playing. Parts of motherhood are hard, but like, you shouldn't hate it all of the time. You know what I mean?
Doing research, looking at analytics. So even if my blog is done for the day, there's still a long laundry list of stuff that needs to be done.
You want me to believe that scrolling over to your analytics tab is a big chunk of your day? She also doesn't have to worry about a filming schedule, because all she does is exploit her kids. So it's not like she has to storyboard a video or research a video or plan a video, you know, maybe outside of podcast concepts. She's not even doing anything for her videos. Like, the basic amount of editing and the basic... You really want me to believe that clicking over to your analytics tab in YouTube Studio is a big chunk of your day? Pfft, girl... Get real.
At the computer, and I feel like I spend the majority of my life sitting at this computer.
While I was editing, I realized that I haven't eaten today. This is something that often happens to me. I mean, I've had snacks, but I haven't had like a meal, so I'm gonna go make some lunch. I'm about to make myself a bizarre version of a Greek salad, but this usually does not happen. I'm usually eating takeout or leftover from the kids' lunches.
I started off by cutting up some tomatoes for my salad, but then I remembered that I always make the croutons first when I make this Greek salad. So I grabbed a loaf of bread to make some croutons, and the kids woke up.
Oh no! They're still here?
Hi, monkeys! How are you doing? How was your nap?
So I finished cutting up my bread to throw in the toaster to make my own croutons for the salad, and then I cut up a cucumber and an avocado and threw it in, and the kids wanted to help, so I let them sprinkle on some feta cheese. And if you're thinking, oh, that's so cute, little family time making a salad together, I just want you to know this is what it sounded like the entire time I was making my salad.
That's having kids for you.
Quite honestly, it sounds like that pretty much all of the time at my house. But now I'm going to add my croutons and my salad dressing and mix it up and enjoy my lunch.
Cool.
The kids helped me make my lunch, which means a 5-minute task turned into a 45-minute task. Love you.
I assume the nanny's making them lunch then.
Now it is time to edit more. Oh, just kidding. Do you need me? You want me to go with you outside? Okay.
All right, now there's two schools of thought here, right? There are obviously the parents who work at home and they're like, yeah, absolutely, I can dip out for a second and hang out with my kid. Nothing wrong with that. But if you already know you don't work well during the day. Part of me is like, okay, yeah, absolutely. You know, your kid wants to spend a little bit of time with you. You work from home. Your hours are a little looser. You're, you know, obviously she doesn't have any sort of pressing schedules because nobody's looking to her for anything. You know, there's no real reason why she can't step away to spend a little bit of time with her kid. I'm not criticizing her choice to do so. Hearing her say, basically, I can't function during the day because there's too many distractions, makes me wonder, why don't we put something in place to where either dad's keeping them occupied, the nanny's keeping them occupied, for X time to X time, Colleen is working or whatever. And then after that, then it's free for all. Then we can hang out with mom. You know, mom got her stuff done, so we were able to go out and do whatever. You know, because for a lot, the only reason I say that is because the reality for a lot of actual working moms is that it's pressing for them to finish what they're working on. Right? It is pressing for them to finish the work they're doing. It's not pressing for her. It's not a big deal at all for her. If she walked away for 2 days, her income would not be affected, right? So her livelihood wouldn't be affected. Her kids having food on the table, not a problem, not an issue. I think my biggest complaint is this realistic day in the life nonsense, because there's nothing realistic about that. Most parents couldn't just walk away from their computer to go play with their kids as much as they might want to. Colleen painting herself as someone who has to compensate for that later is wild to me, and you'll see why. Basically, she goes not with her son, instead goes to clean out their chicken coop. And I'm going to address something else from a different video real quick. She's been doing things like revealing a magical plant in a tour of my backyard. And like, she moved to this house because people were coming to her home, like her old house. Immediately when she moved in, it was like house tours and look at my backyard and look at where I live and look at the shape of my house. Look at this architecture. Look at the color. Look at it. Look inside my twin's bedroom. I'm sorry, but like, there is no regard for the safety of her children by their mother. Like, it bothers me.
I have a question to all of you people who've been watching me for a really long time. I mean, I'm talking a decade. The people who are here for the Netflix show, for the tours, for the books, for all the things. Did you ever think you'd see the day where I would just be vlogging, getting my chicken eggs and putting a net on my peach tree, washing rocks so that I can tumble them? Who am I? I never thought that this would be my life. And while I love these moments of my life, I'm excited for other parts of my life to happen. I really do love the life that I have, but I really do love all these lovely little sweet things I get to do, like tend to my chickens and my children and my fruit trees and my agave plant and get my eggs and clean my chicken coop and tumble my rocks and make stuffed animals out of felt. Like, it's all really lovely and I love all that so much. But I also really love the life that I had before that was crazy and busy and travel and all that stuff. But I'm just excited to see what comes next.
It's just going to be more chicken coops. It's going to be cleaning up chicken shit and feeding chickens and tumbling rocks and making pointless vlogs that like 1/18 of your audience bothers to watch. You're never going to be where you were. It's never going to be like it was. It's never going to change until you make proper amends. And that's on you. I just thought that was an interesting clip to put in this video because it just sounds like this, and maybe this is me reading into it, you tell me what you think. It just sounds like a woman who has nothing but disdain for the life she is currently living. Like, you can say, oh, I love all these sweet little things that I get to do so much. It's like, no, you don't. It doesn't sound like. And if you do, you need to find a more sincere way to say it, because holy shit, does it sound like you hate your life right now. I'm tending to my chickens and my agave plant, and I'm tumbling my rocks while I wear the shirt that says I love all of the cats, except for the one that's fucking missing. Let's carry on with the original video, Because surely she's come up with something to do by now.
Here I am in my computer again, but I forgot to film it, so I'm just using the same clip that I used earlier to show that during this time frame I was at my computer.
Wow.
Hi, welcome to my car. We're running errands. I have to go pick up some medication at the pharmacy, and the twins are with me.
Hi. Mama, so much
I love you so much.
fire.
Fire?
I just see fire
Where do you see fire?
over there.
I don't see any fire.
Christmas
Christmas? Where's Christmas?
over there.
What are you talking about?
1, 2, rocket ship.
A rocket ship? Where?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 13, 14, 19, 20, 11, 12, 13, 14, 19, 20. It worked. Go. I did say go. I like cookies too. But I like chocolate and mushrooms. What? Mama, your pet. Meow. Wait, what?
I have a very, very stringent sleep schedule for my kids. Okay, I always have, because it's just me and I'm outnumbered. And if I didn't have them on a very strict schedule in terms of when we do things and why, I would have been dead and buried a long time ago, and they would have eaten me alive. All that to say, my kids, who are 7, go to bed by 7. Okay, they are upstairs, we're reading a book, our oral hygiene is being handled, jammies on, the whole thing by 6:30. Now, these two are 3. A lot of people have varying bedtimes for their kids. I'm not here to judge your kids' bedtime. I'm not here to tell you what's right and wrong. On a normal day, I wouldn't be running my 3-year-old twins out around 5:30. I just wouldn't. Yeah, there's extenuating circumstances like fun events or stuff like that, or stuff you actually just like have to do. But like, I personally wouldn't be getting in a car running on multiple days of minimal sleep to drive around my toddlers. That sounds risky as hell. And I'm sorry, but you were home all day, as was your husband and your nanny. At no point you could have stepped out and gotten this yourself. This isn't a huge point of contention for me, just to be clear. It's just like, it's just one of those things that like when I see it happen, like when I see this, like, this feels very much like, oh, no, I have to go pick up a prescription. Let me bring the twins with, so it feels more like a day in the life. Like, why are you dragging your twins out? Shouldn't they be having dinner? Isn't it dinner time? I mean, we eat early. We eat at like 4:30. We're like the early bird special. 5:30 seems like dinner time for kiddos. No? I just have more questions than judgments about this, I guess.
Picked up my medication. I got a little treat, you guys. I got some Junior Mints, but they're eggs. They have colored, I think it's just normal Junior Mints. They just have food dye in the center of them. So we can try these together. But that little errand kind of messed up the typical schedule that we have here at our house. Usually what happens is 5 o'clock, Eric and I will go and play with the kids for a while. Then we have dinner together, but then I will leave and go start bath and bedtime and then try to get a little bit of work done before the kids are done with dinner.
So you don't have dinner with your kids. You leave. And not really in the name of efficiency either. Like, y'all could have dinner together and then go start baths. Like, I get wanting to keep the toxic gossip train moving, girl. I get that. But like, I don't know, maybe I'm just weird about it. For the most part, we eat dinner together. One of my favorite memories as a kid was eating dinner with my family. It was just something that we did, and it was something that also helped to give the night structure. And it doesn't have to be, structure doesn't have to be getting in bed by, 7:32 every night. Structure can be something as simple as the kids know that dinner time is a time that mom and dad, all the brothers and sisters sit down together. And it matters to kids, whether they realize it or not. That is a time of connection. That is a time of sort of regrouping and a moment where you can each focus on each other, and you can It's where kids often learn manners, like table manners and things like that. Like, there's a lot of value to having dinner together. And I'm not saying it has to happen every night, but like, she's saying that typically she leaves dinner to go start the bath. When it's like, okay, but you could take that extra 10 minutes or so and start the bath after. Also, that then implies that Eric is cleaning up dinner. It sounds like I'd like Eric's realistic day in the life vlog, honestly, because it sounds like your husband's doing a hell of a lot more than you are, girl.
But today we went and ran that errand, and then the kids were having fun at the store, and then they wanted to go next door to the dollar store, so then we went there. Line was long, and so now the sun's setting and it's late, and so they're having dinner really quick. I'm doing a little bit of work, eating some of these chocolate egg junior mint things, and I have to go get a bath ready and get their pajamas and bedtime all ready in a second. So this one's blue. Junior mints are my movie candy. I don't go to the movie theater, but when I used to go to the movie theater, which was like 5 times in my whole entire life, I'd always want popcorn and a soda, and if I got a candy, it would be junior mints. They're so good.
They sure are, Grandma. Anyway, the vibe I get from Colleen, and again, this is just my opinion, and you can feel free to disagree with me. I get very much like weekend dad vibes from Colleen. Well, the kids wanted to go to the dollar store next door, so we went there, and then it was a long line. It was like, so I thought you just had to pick up a prescription. It just sounds like she doesn't do a whole lot of parenting. She does like all the fun stuff, you know? That's the vibe I get. Obviously, I don't see her day to day, so I don't know for sure, but it kind of sounds that way.
Time to get pajamas. So the kids have a conjoined, like, I think it's called a Jack and Jill bathroom, but it doesn't have a bathtub. So they take a bath in my bathroom. So I just get their pajamas before I go start their bath so that it's ready to go when they get out. I left my love in Hampstead, but I misplaced my mind in a good way.
Wow, those sound effects must have taken at least 15 minutes each.
The doors are closed and no one's inside. What? I'm confused. I lost the pants. One shirt, one pants. One shirt. Where'd the other pants go? Oh.
Never mind, she really is like us.
Little bit of sugar, danger. I'd rather be sitting alive than dying by your point of view. I do.
Wow. We haven't heard you sing since...
In all seriousness, I do think it's really important to hold people accountable for their mistakes. You guys know how much I hate doing laundry, but every time the bath is filling up for the kids, I always try to spend that time cleaning something up. So today I changed into my pajamas and then put on some Ariana Grande. And while I was rocking out to Ariana, I just sorted out the laundry so that when I eventually do the laundry, it's a little bit easier because it's already sorted.
I have a load of laundry going every single day. I'm not saying my way is the right way. I'm just saying I don't understand how people with kids can't not do laundry every day. At least one load. I do the bulk of my laundry on Sundays. Everything gets done on Sunday. Whatever's left from the week gets done on Sunday, plus sheets and towels. All of that gets done on Sunday. It's just something I like to do. I like to start the week fresh. These sheets, see this mess of a bed? Fresh, clean, not made, but washed.
Okay, so it is 10 p.m. and I put Flynn to sleep tonight. Eric did the twins. We switch off every night who puts who to bed. After we put them to bed, we hung out for a little bit, and then now I'm editing again. I'm importing this footage, and then I got my footage from my editor to post tomorrow. So now I'm gonna look at the footage that my editor sent me and add more cuts and edits and music and stuff to that so that I can post that tomorrow.
Okay, so if you don't edit videos for a living, let me explain to you how this is not a lot of work. Her editor has done the rough cut of her vlog. If we say that vlog is 20 minutes long, his cut down version that he's sending her to look over, that means to watch it through fully one time would be 20 minutes. I don't even know how to put it. There's a certain intuition when you have a certain editing style, when you have a certain video style, when you have a certain cadence to your content, right? You can feel where you need an edit. You can feel where you need either a cut where you need to add a sound effect, where you need to add a zoom, where you need to add things like that, you can feel it as you watch it. Okay, so she shouldn't need to watch it more than one time. My rule of thumb is that whatever I'm editing, I double the amount of time that the content is, and that's typically how long it takes me to edit it. For example, if I have a Teen Mom video, say it's a standard episode of Teen Mom, which is 39 minutes long, it's going to take me 2.5 times that to comment on it, typically. Okay, so we're looking at, 90 minutes at least of me. To get that done, it's going to take double the amount of time to edit that down. Okay, that's 3 hours. So, and it takes me about 3 hours to edit a Teen Mom episode, start to finish. Okay, so my rule of thumb is however long content is, double that. Especially because her and I have not similar editing styles, but the similar amount of like pizzazz that takes a long time to figure out and like place. And honestly, if she does more than add a few fart sound effects or whatever, like, I would be surprised. Let's say she's got that 20-minute vlog. Double that, that's 40 minutes of editing work. Okay? We'll even go so far as to give her 1 hour. Okay? Because she's probably, she's picky about the music or whatever. Also, what she said the first time was that she's going to import this footage that she's filming, which means it doesn't seem like she's either editing it or she's adding it to an already started edit, which again would really be not much work. Importing it alone, depending on how big the file is, 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe, depending on how big the file is. She's saying words, but like none of them equal she's working hard or for long.
And all day today I've been snacking, but I didn't really eat like a full meal other than that, like that big Greek salad that I made. I'm trying to decide if I want to order Taco Bell for health reasons.
Oh my god, she's so that fucking face. Oh my god, that fucking face. And when people say they hate millennials, these are the moments where I get it. Okay, I'm sorry we are the way we are. I get it, sometimes I'm not hungry for dinner either. But like, we have meals, and like, I guess I just can't relate to this. She has this sort of mentality of like, oh, I'm such a fan, I'm a mom of 3, and I have the chickens, and I have the, I have all this and that, and she's like, she still thinks she's living some kind of like vagabond fucking boho, theater actor lifestyle. And it's like, honey, just sit down and have a meal with your kids. Why are you overcomplicating your very simple life? Simple, derogatory.
Or if I want to try to make something in the kitchen. I already made something in the kitchen today. I don't want to do it twice.
Oh, goodness. I have to do it 3 times every day. And then sometimes I prep the meals for later in the week. Oh, not twice.
But I'm going to try to edit and eat as quickly as I can, because tonight I really want to make a rock necklace for Rachel, because she mentioned that she wanted one that's like mine. So I want to try to make her one. And I also really want to make a tide chart calendar. I want to do this every night, and I never have time to do it.
Why? Why don't you have time? Again, we've established, she's got pushing it 3, maybe 4 hours worth of work. And I understand not doing it all at the same time. I understand needing to like having struggles with executive dysfunction, and I get it. I get being in work paralysis. I get not being able to focus on a task for too long. I understand that. But her insistence that she doesn't have the time to do these things. First of all, these are craft projects. And as important as self-care and me time is to moms, most moms don't get it. You know what I mean? Most of us pass out by 9 because we're exhausted from actually, parenting our kids and like working for real and like, maintaining our house by ourselves and like doing all of these things by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's really frustrating to hear a mom who has not only a plethora of money, but a nanny and a husband to help take care of things, even slightly bemoan the fact that they don't have time for certain things. Miss me with the not having time for shit.
But it's almost summertime, which means the low tides are going to be lame soon. Summertime's the worst for low tides during the day, and it's the worst for like rock hunting and sea glass hunting. So I know I only have a few more good tides left, so I want to print out a chart. So we'll see if I get to those things, but right now I'm just gonna edit, which is not fun for you to watch, so goodbye.
Was any of this supposed to be fun for us to watch? Are any of your other videos supposed to be fun for us to watch? Weird sound effects and a fisheye filter does not a fun vlog make.
The pinnacle of health and wellness.
Meanwhile,
Don't show my wrap. Don't show my healthy spinach chicken wrap. Don't show it. Don't show me eating a wrap.
It is 12 a.m. I am preheating the oven because it's time to make cookies.
I saw someone comment, I don't remember if it was on this vlog, I don't think so, because there was never any bad comments on these vlogs. It might have been on Reddit. And they said something to the effect of like, if I grew up and found out that my mom made homemade cookies without me every night, I would have been devastated. And I never really thought about that before. But I think the novelty of it probably would have worn off anyway. But it's midnight and you're making cookies. It's weird to me. It's weird. It's foreign to me. Like I used to only be awake at night, man. I used to only be awake at night. But like I have too many responsibilities during the day to be up all night. And I just think it's kind of weird that she doesn't share that same experience. I think she has too much help.
I've got pre-made cookie dough here. I just make little cookie dough balls. I've mentioned this before, but I don't do this because I'm like, oh my god, I have to eat cookies at midnight every night. It's just like a calming thing that I do every night. Some people meditate, some people read. I make cookies. I don't eat them every night. Sometimes I eat one, sometimes I eat 6. But remember, you guys, with this video, we listen and we don't judge.
At no point did I agree to that. Some people meditate, some people, read. Some people just fucking go to bed so that they have the energy to tackle a brand new day.
Ta-da! Okay, these are gonna go in the oven for 10 minutes. Okay guys, Eric went to bed, the kids are asleep. It's the most magical time of the night. It's quiet, the chaos is done. Now I can just work in silence and I feel awake, I feel alive. My cookies are gonna be done soon. I can get some work done and be super productive. I can try to work on that rock necklace for my sister, maybe make that calendar, maybe start a new craft, maybe start planning for Easter. The options are endless.
Yeah, see, this is another thing. Like, on one hand, I get it, right? I get it, that moment where the house is quiet and you don't have to deal with anything else for the rest of the day and the moment is yours. Totally understand. Totally. 100%. Every night when my kids go to bed, I come up here, I assess what I have to do for the evening, I have my little snack. I get it. I get that. But, like, if you're showing us a realistic day in your life, you spent an hour, 2 hours maybe with your kids all day. It doesn't seem like you were dealing with any of the chaos. It doesn't seem like she had anything to do with any of the chaos. She didn't take the kids to the gym class. She didn't take her son to school. I'm guessing she didn't pick her son up from school. She didn't do breakfast. She didn't do dinner. She set up a bath. She ordered Taco Bell. She hung out with her husband for a little bit. She made cookies. Again, who is this realistic for?
Some people say that the hour before the sun sets is like the magical hour or whatever. This is my magical hour. Midnight hits and I'm just the happiest I could ever be.
That's a concerning statement. Like, I don't try to blow this too far out of proportion because I know she's not really, I don't think she's really trying to speak in absolutes here. I don't think she's like,
I fucking hate my family. I love being alone at night.
hey, but like, that is how it comes off. Like, her whole personality has changed now that her entire family is in bed and no one can bother her. She looked miserable through the entire day. For bed just watching this. It's the middle of the night, girl. Go to bed. let me get the baby monitor footage so I can use it for the vlog I'm going to share with millions. Is that all right with you? And you know she was irritated to have to go in there. And that's why you do laundry every day. So this footage is shot, I'm guessing, in her bedroom and then in her ensuite. So your husband is sleeping at 3:30 in the morning and you are blasting a bright light in the room so we can see your skincare routine with that face. Doesn't it seem like an equally irresponsible thing to have knowingly have a shitty sleep schedule with kids who don't sleep through the night? Oh good, she turned the camera back on so we could see. Wow. She really is just like us, isn't she? I think the thing that really pissed me off about this is not because necessarily of the contrast of my experience to hers as a mother, but because people like this post videos like this and they earnestly think this is the realistic day in the life. Like, oh my God, I'm just like you. This isn't realistic for most people. First of all, most people are way more involved with their children on a daily basis. And if this is how your days usually are, then in my opinion, you could stand to be around for your kids for more than half of dinner and a ride to the store where you buy them wherever you want. Like I said, it's very much giving weekend dad vibes. And I don't like to think the worst of people, even people who have proven themselves to be bad people. Like, I don't like to think the worst of them, but like this feels like a very uninvolved parent. I mean, the degree to which she wasn't involved with the day, to the irritation of the kids at lunchtime, to, you know, all of this compounded with, oh my God, it's after midnight, it's my favorite time of the day. Like, all you told me in this video is you don't enjoy the life you're living. And including the clip that from the other video, it just really sounds like you don't like your life. And I'm sorry that that's the case. I think it might be time to like reevaluate everything. I mean, I don't know. Am I reading too much into this? What do you think? What are your thoughts? It's not only like tone deaf, it's also like really ignorant to the fact that there are so many people who wish they had the opportunity to have things like a nanny or a partner or a village of any kind, honestly. And she just goes through life thinking that she's doing the most. Like, she just really does believe that she is super mom. And her comments reinforce it, because either she's got someone there deleting them or they're just heavily moderated by YouTube. You'd be hard pressed to find a negative comment on a Colleen Ballinger vlog. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. And if you want the parody, I'll make it. Okay, bye. Subscribe.
The only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats.
Where there's smoke, there's James Charles. Somebody said I reminded them of Shanny for Christ the other day, and I thought about jumping out the window. What the hell are you doing, sir? Is it quirky or is it like clinical depression? Like, I don't know